a healthy way of when you tap out or call it quits on something or someone. And it's a harsh reality. Moving on. It's a harsh reality.
It's part of growing up.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And we had a tough conversation where he was just like, I think I'm done. I think I have to move on to the next step in my life. And I was like, bro, are you sure? Like, football's been your life for so long.
Yeah. We're not that guy anymore. Like, it's over. Like, hanging up money. The buzzer sound.
Yeah.
So I wish people knew going into it, like, hey, I might not be the next Michael Jordan or the next LeBron. I might just be a high school basketball player.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, I wish more, especially black guys, knew that going in.
Yeah. All your friend groups won't get along.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I used to try to just gel it, like, you know, these good people like pull up, like, but that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
So
especially between races.
Yeah. I've learned that. So now it's like, man, sometimes you have to leave people where they're at, especially if they refuse to grow. Because I have friends who refuse to grow. If I could, everyone is better at closing that door than I am, because it sucks to lose friends. Yeah. I really do. Like, I give people the benefit of the doubt for as long as I can, until I absolutely can't, and that's caused me way more harm.
You gotta do it, man.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm James.
I'm Marcellus.
And welcome to another episode of Issa Kickback.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we kicking it.
Yes, sir.
So this episode, we're going to be talking about when to decide to actually give up on something.
Yeah. Like, it comes to an end at some point.
Yeah. We hang on to things to an unhealthy length of time, whether it's relationships, sports.
Speak on it.
Friend groups. And then, like, the most important one is, like, when do we leave our hometown? When do we give up on and go and do something new? That's what this episode of Issa Kickback is going to be about. And just before we get started, you know the vibes. We got to do our vibe check.
Gotta set the tone.
So with that said, the vibe check for this episode is: there's a Japanese legend that says if you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer it takes you to get off, the more expensive the return trip will be.
I love that.
Bruh.
I love that.
Bruh.
And it resonates so hard, too. Like, if you really listen and read that quote, yeah, that resonates.
Yeah, because like I said, for so long, we hang on to things. If we stopped sooner, it wouldn't cost us so much, whether it's peace of mind, money.
I was going to say financial.
Yeah, or quality of life.
Yeah.
But if we keep going, we'll end up in a situation, that takes a little bit to get back from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, damn.
The return part would be being once, especially, I felt that. Yeah. Just because, like, I know specific moments where I should have gone off at that stop. Mm-hmm. Then I went to the next stop and I got a bag full of stuff. When I got on the train with just my ticket,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a heavy bill.
Yeah. So like I said, this episode is about a healthy way of when you tap out or call it quits on something or someone. And it's a harsh reality. Moving on. It's a harsh reality.
It's part of growing up.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I think when I was coming up, once I got to college and I had the freedom to kind of travel and see things.
Yeah.
Like whether it's spring break, whether it's going to the islands, or whether it's traveling for a concert in the middle of the week.
Oh, nice.
If I hadn't done that, I would be a robot. This is no shade to my factory workers, because without y'all, our society as an American would like fall apart. So this is no shade, but I would just be in there. Yeah. Same thing every day. Drinking regularly. And that's not. So I'm grateful for that. But I don't think now this is where the harsh reality comes in.
Yeah.
When those guys look at my life, first off, comparison is the thief of joy. Right?
That is a fact.
But
yes.
If they were to look at my life and then look at theirs, I feel like they would be like, damn, what am I doing?
As someone who essentially is on the other side of that, yeah, I mean, I graduated, I did a little college, but I went straight into the workforce. And I had opportunities to go away for school. I had opportunities to move out of town and risk it all. But my fear took over my mind and prevented me from getting up on that train. Instead, I ended up staying until the next stop. 10 years later, kids, more mental health baggage, even more fear, because now I can just risk everything, because now it's not just me, it's two little children that I have to consider before I do anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot to handle. And it's a lot to think about, too, because I got to go out the train at some point.
Yeah.
And if it hurts me right now, I know I'll be free later.
Yeah.
And it has to happen. So when it does, it was a fun ride.
Yeah. And I'll say this for you. I don't want you to be as tough on yourself as you are, simply because you did attempt. Most people don't even do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just a lot of life to live outside of where you grew up, where you were raised, in that sense. But with that said, I want to kind of move over to like the sports side of things.
Yeah.
They're like, a lot of people like crack jokes. You see it in movies and things like that. Like people who peak in high school, whether it's the popularity for being a star athlete or what.
Yeah.
You still see them clinging to that today.
How do you feel about that as an outsider looking into that?
This is going to sound harsh, but I feel a little sorry for them.
Yeah.
Because if you think you mattered the most when you were a star athlete in high school, you need to go to therapy and learn how to like love yourself for more, because you're more than an athlete.
Yeah. No pun intended. LeBron.
But like there's somebody out here who loves you not because you can play a sport.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out and then another example is my brother Chaz. He's played professional football in Germany, right?
Oh, yeah. And shout out to Chaz.
He's been on the podcast. We have an episode where we talk about how he even got to that point.
Yeah.
But I bring him up because we had a conversation a few years back, because he was playing, he's tried like 8-man leagues, which my brother KJ does. He's tried leagues like that. And he played semi-pro here in the States. And he was driving 4 hours for practice and back home, and then 4 hours for games and back home. And he was being compensated.
Yeah.
Not on time, but he was being compensated. Like he sold like people have his jersey when he's played in that league, right?
For sure.
And we had a tough conversation where he was just like, I think I'm done. I think I have to move on to the next step of my life. And I was like, bro, are you sure? Like, football's been your life for so long.
Yeah.
And we had it was like a 3-hour conversation. Simply brothers catching up, but like that's a big shift for someone that's dedicated so much of their life to the sport. Because if I ain't gonna lie to you, if I had the opportunity and I played basketball overseas and I'm getting paid for it, I'm still there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And he was invited back to Germany, and he had all these other opportunities, but he was like, yeah, I think it's time. My career's going well. I would like to have a family, and it was just time for him to get off that train at that stop.
And I mean, I'm glad for him too, because you could definitely see him pivot into a new passing with ASL, with his life in I believe Indiana. Correct? Yeah. So props to him, because not many people even attempt, like you said, to do that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he knew within himself, like, hey, it's time to wrap it up. That takes a lot of balls to run.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it does.
Hearing that story makes me think, like, man, I knew he put it out there, like,
yeah,
that's great, man. Props to him.
Because it's so weird. Because he left such an impact on Jacksonville alone. Before McMurray was shut down, they had a whole like specific date dedicated to him, because that's the records he was breaking.
Yeah,
that's the impact he made on that community, on that school. Jacksonville, the city. There's a Chaz Middlebrook Day, right?
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sound like the Chaz. I didn't know that.
I went, like, the award ceremony, like, so when we had that conversation, it was like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you've done so much with the game. Now, this isn't someone that got stuck in high school.
Yeah.
He was successful after high school.
Yeah.
He went pro internationally.
Yeah.
Came back semi-pro, still getting compensated to do what he loves. That's that's people's dreams, right?
I mean,
so
to get paid to play a game, like it is a game, so like you're getting money off that. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah. So that was, but him coming to terms that it's time for me to, this is my stop. Let me get on the other train. I got to change trains here.
Yeah.
Just to stick with the vibe check. It's time for me to take this other train. Not necessarily back to where he was, but this one's going to the destination. So I'm gonna hop on this one and keep it going. You know, just a different ride. But yeah. I don't know. Is there anything you'd like to add about the sports segment?
So, I mean, as we are here in Quincy, you see a lot of local legends, and they get their flowers for being a local legend. I wish for those that participated at a whatever level it was, I wish they knew that, like, it's going to end one day.
Yeah.
I don't think some people realize that, like, after high school is over. Like, Chaz knew when to get off the turn, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, like, we're not that guy anymore. Like it's over. Like hanging up money, the buzzer sound.
Yeah.
So I wish people knew going into it, like, hey, I might not be the next Michael Jordan or the next LeBron. I might just be a high school basketball player.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like I wish more, especially black guys, knew that going in.
Yeah.
Because you see so many people hang on to it so hard.
Yeah. Cole is another example of that.
Cole was a legend.
Yeah.
Still is. Local legend.
Still is. Yeah. Still hoops, still all that. But, and I had a shorter, not as impactful conversation with him. He was like, man, I got kids. I got to get my shit together. I got kids. I'm no longer living for myself.
Yeah.
I have kids.
Yeah. I could relate to that.
I couldn't do nothing but like, damn, bro, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
He was nice, too.
Yeah.
Especially for, like, someone who's not that tall too. So
I got a lot of opinions on his situation, so we won't dive
That's
too much.
Another episode. we got to get him on for that one.
Now let's discuss like the friend groups, because that's touchy for some people. Some people don't, and that's something that I'm learning as an adult
in real time.
Real time.
Yeah.
I used to brag like, oh, I've had the same friend since the 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I still have those same friends, but we're all at different parts in our lives. And I'm very grateful for the fact that it's like, yo, we're having a cookout, kickback Memorial Weekend, pull up.
Yeah.
And we can all be those people we were for that day.
Yeah. Reminisce just for a time moment.
Yeah, and just be together. But this year and last year, I've kind of just been learning that all your friend groups won't get along.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to try to just gel it, like, these good people like pull up, like, but that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
So,
especially between races. Races is
Yeah, you good, bro? Don't overthink it. You good? So I've learned that. So now it's like, man, sometimes you have to leave people where they're at. Especially if they refuse to grow, because I have friends who refuse to grow. When I speak power into them, they have to accept it.
Yeah.
If they don't accept it, I can't waste that on you. I want to give that to someone that's going to accept it. That's me being able to tell you, Marcellus, like, don't, like, just then, don't overthink that shit, bro. Like, you could do this shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to speak that into someone that's going to be receptive. Like, you know what? I can do this.
That was me, to be honest.
I know.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of my friends moving on and moving up into whatever field and position of life that they were going to. And I was starting to look around like, man, like, I can do that. I don't have to be stuck in the stop. I can move forward as well.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is just as elevated as theirs. So let me do that shit. So I had to look within myself and just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Whether it's the podcast, whether it's moving on emotionally, because that's a big thing. So people's emotional levels definitely change.
Yeah.
I'm no longer in high school mentally and emotionally. So now that I'm 30 years old, we have to act like we're 30 years old,
Yeah.
And when you leave, sometimes your quote-unquote high school group, it's not that easy to, like, no. Hey, man,
Bruh,
we just can't do that tonight.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to do that tonight, actually.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's a trick, dude. It's very sad, too, because you don't want to lose friends.
But and it's not necessarily that you lose them, but your relationship, you know, instead of friends, that's an acquaintance. Instead of, oh, that's your uncle. And it's like, how is that my uncle? And it's just like, okay, years go by. It's like, oh, hey, uncle. And it's just like, it's not hitting the same.
It's not resonating.
But yeah, man, that was a tough one for me. Like, I was the glue for a lot of, like, I was their friend. They weren't my friend. For a lot of, like, my college peers, a lot of love for them.
Yeah.
You know, I hope they continue to do well in their lives, but, like, they don't check up on me. They're not asking about my daughter. I have a few that do, and I'm very grateful. So it's like the relationship is still there because we're both working towards it. But there's some that just, if I don't hit them up, I don't hear from them, which is fine.
Is that what made you the light go off in your mind?
Yeah.
When that started to happen more frequently?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I have people that, like, I saw them every day, but it's definitely like a situational environment thing. Like, oh, we lived same floor in the dormitory, so we have to see each other. Now we have apartments, and you know, we spent the last 2 years hanging out with just us, so we don't really have other groups to be around. So it's like, once we're adults and we're all in our destinations as adults, it's like, do I hang on to that or do I let it go?
Yeah.
And me, I like traveling, so it was like, man, hey, you're in Cali, like, bro, I'll figure it out, you know, if you're down, like, but
to meet up or some shit.
Yeah, you know, not everyone is, I'll say this, everyone is better at closing that door than I am, because it sucks to lose friends. I really do. Like, I give people the benefit of the doubt for as long as I can, until I absolutely can't, and that's caused me way more harm.
You gotta do it, man.
Yeah, you gotta get the fuck off. You gotta get the fuck off.
Everybody gotta.
And it don't have to be animosity. It could just.
It's not animosity.
Yeah.
It's just we're growing up, you know, like.
Yeah, and we're living life, and we want different things out of life, and just because we want different things doesn't mean I dislike you or hate you. I don't know. My goals don't give a fuck about my feelings. They definitely don't give a fuck about your feelings. So I'm going to keep working towards my goals, you know? And that's just where I'm at. Because some people like to smoke and drink every day, even if they don't have a job. And I can't be around you.
That's crazy. But yeah.
If there's 5 people doing that and you're hanging around with them, guess what? You're bound to be the 6th. I'm trying to.
If we're not already, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be around people that are going and getting after it.
Shout out to our real friends, though, man. Because like, you need friends that lift you up, and like you said earlier, speak goals and light into each other.
Yeah.
And I think we're at that stage now to where we are finding that group within each other in our circle. When we do speak on each other, we do check on each other's kids. We do, hey, what's going on? You good? Like, real friends do that. That's how you maintain a long relationship.
Yeah.
Throughout eternity, or as long as you live, I should say.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to have some dwellers around me that I do have that with, and I love them, and I really do. Yeah. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, grateful for my brothers, grateful for my friends, grateful for my acquaintances, grateful for the people that just know me, that we're not where we were, but it's still love and good. So I'm grateful for all of it. But I guess the next one is relationships, and I don't want to dig too much on this, because we sacrifice a lot for love. First off, we sacrifice a lot for love, or infatuation, whatever you want to call it. We sacrifice a lot for that. That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, we could speak on that another time. But I will say this: everyone's done that. If no one's related to anything we spoke on before, everyone can relate to that.
Yeah. And I think it stems from, like, the lack of boundaries we give ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I've done a lot better this time around with my boundaries. I personally feel like I'm not tolerating a lot of things I used to just tolerate.
Yeah.
So
you shut it down quickly.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's seeing, like we spoke on the confidence thing, but now I embrace that more these days, and not simply off because who I am or what I do, but simply because I know I'm a good man. I know I'm a good father.
Yeah.
I know I'm a good partner when I'm in that space. And women desire me. So really, there's no reason for me not to enforce this boundary.
Yeah.
Because there's this meme where it's like, but that's not the problem. You're crazy. No, that's not how it went.
That sounded so. I was like, damn, that is bad.
No,
damn.
It's like I'm trying to remember it, but it's like the problem never about you being attractive. It was you're crazy.
Yeah.
It was about saying we're both attractive, and that's not the problem. Like I never thought you weren't attractive. It's you're crazy.
Yeah.
That's the issue. So I mean, I wish I had that mug. That just came. I wish I had that mug off top. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I think that big one is really the what's next. You done with the relationship?
I would say, in regards to relationships, love yourself equally. Don't sacrifice your mind, your spirit, your religion. Don't sacrifice yourself to be in quote unquote love or to be in lust, because a lot of it's lust.
Facts.
Just because you fucking don't mean you're in love. So like, if you're gonna separate the two, do that. But that's all I'll speak on. I will speak on that in the in-depth another episode.
Yeah, I had something, but it went away, so it's probably for the best.
For sure.
So I guess the big one, and we're in Quincy, Illinois, so this is definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
I need y'all to listen to this, man. Y'all need to realize when you've outgrown your hometown.
Yeah.
It is so important for you to experience this country.
Yeah.
Some of the women I tried to, mingle with after my relationship.
Right.
The question, you do the questions, get to know them. Yeah. One big thing is women they've never been on dates. I just don't think they realize it's a date. First off, but so many of them.
That's not their fault, but yeah.
Some of them had never left town, or they'd only gone to St. Louis, and I was just like, "You're grown."
Yeah, you can leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even drink, and I was leaving the state, going to do stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you didn't even go to college. Like you didn't want to
try. Yeah.
And so I say that you guys need to it'll help you develop as a human, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'll help you in the long run to develop as a human if you travel outside of it here. And I'm not just saying go to concerts or, you have to have something to do. Sometimes you
just pop up.
Yeah. I used to rent hotels. I would get a hotel room and just go explore the city. No plans, no agenda. Just go.
I bet that shit was fire too.
Just go. You never know.
Yeah.
KJ had a game in Minnesota, and we went up there. They're like, "What are we doing tonight?" Well, we started walking, and we just talking to people. Hey, what's the spot? What's the spot?
Yeah.
There's a dude with a Mac shirt on. Took a picture with we had no plans. We just knew we was gonna step outside.
Yeah.
And what's the move tonight? I'm looking back at those memories. Bro, I can't imagine if I didn't have the balls to go and do that, you know? Because most people that went for that game stayed in their hotel room or stayed at their Airbnb. They didn't even experience the town.
That's right.
So I don't know, but I personally think the development that comes from that and being around different cultures and just embracing it, it's as simple as, we've never been to this city before. Yeah. Let's try something specific to the city as far as food.
Yeah.
Let's try something that's not at the crib. There's people that don't even do that. They still get the chicken strips.
Well, Applebee's type shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's no, experience this life. You have one.
Growing up, right, I moved around a lot. And with my mother, because she moved around a lot. Mm-hmm. And I remember hating my mom. Because she moved around a lot. Mm-hmm. But as I become a young man, I really thank her because, she opened my eyes to, I lived in Akron, Ohio. I lived in Indianapolis. I lived in Atlanta. I went to Memphis, Tennessee. I went to New York. I went to a lot of places. I went to LA. I didn't just stay in Quincy. And I remember going to school in Ohio, and it was a Vietnamese family. I remember being in Atlanta, it was a Latino family. It scares me different languages at such a young age that I have no idea what the fuck they're saying, but that's cool. And here I am, me, this outsider, Midwestern, so I have an accent to them. Yeah. And it's oh, that's cool. We're from two different worlds coming together as kids in a melting pot. I remember there's a science fair and they did some Chinese shit. I'm a fuck it up. Somebody try to go down that road. But I remember being so intrigued by like, yo, that's not in America. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Type shit. And like World Food Day. And every day like their mom's cooking and like I'm tasting whatever the hell they made. It was really opened my eyes. And like I remember going into LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see like all these homeless people, and that's a fucked up situation, but like they were happy. And I just remember thinking like, man, they probably came from some small ass town and got the fuck out. And they might be broke.
Yeah.
But they're free.
Yeah.
They're not chained by whatever they're from. And maybe I'm reaching, but like I felt that connection. Like, man, like we're all free in this town. There's live music on the streets. Fucking, there's like a naked dude running around. It was a wild shit. We went to San Francisco the next day. There was like, hey, people, make sure your door's locked. And this, I was like, oh fuck. I ain't never gonna worry about y'all to Quincy, but yeah, all right, let me lock the door.
You scared the people. You scared.
Watch the news, I guess. Well,
shit.
Like you gotta get out. I remember I had the opportunity to move out of town, right?
Mm.
It took me so much to not do it. And that's one of my only regrets in life is I didn't take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I still think about it to this day where I would be if I took that risk and moved out of town.
Yeah, don't regret it, man. You have two beautiful kids.
That's the wrong one. I shouldn't say regret, but I do think what if.
Yeah,
because it was a cool opportunity, But I'm blessed today. You're right. I shouldn't say regret, but what if?
Yeah. I get that. And then I guess one of the last things is, hey man, I don't want to see no 35-year-old trying to sell me a dub, bro.
Hey. Hold on. Look at me. Stop sending me weed on Snapchat. If you're posting weed on Snapchat, you're not making money. You are broke. It's okay. There's a lot of warehouses hiring, Titan, Manpower, fucking Empower, fucking Hardee's. Get a job, bro. Trump's in office. They say no tax overtime. Do something else. I don't smoke weed. Stop sending me weed. Thank you. Continue. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
No, you good. We're gonna make sure the editor lock that in. We get your speech. Hey, clip that. What
clip it, and I would send it. And I would send it to the niggas sending me weed. I'm telling you, I swear to God. I swear. A dude hit me up yesterday, 12:15. I was like, what the fuck are these prices, first off? And secondly, I don't smoke weed, bro.
That's that back in my day. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm saying, man. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't know. I don't have too much to say on this, but like, yeah, get a job, bro.
Yeah.
Get a job. Especially if you have someone relying on you.
Yeah. Get
a job. Now,
especially if you have more than one kid. God damn. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this one guy. Like he added me just to like promote his weed to me. I was just like, why?
Yeah.
You don't need to.
He heard the pod. He heard about Sally Cell.
He heard about the old Sally Cell, but I don't. That is the devil's lettuce. I'm playing.
But yeah, man, like, just get a job. I know it looked lame, but man, there's with some of the plans that you guys president has in store for this country, it's better to be safe. That aspect.
Yeah, safe and sorry.
Nothing wrong with getting a job.
It's really not. We got to start doing that as a society, looking down on people for working.
Yeah.
Niggas out here trying to work, get some bread, go home, go to sleep. Stop hating on others. Now, if you're selling weed or meth or whatever the fuck you're selling illegally, I'm hating on you. You suck at it. If you ain't doing what Franklin Saint did, stop it.
No, and I think that's where a lot of especially the younger guys get the game fucked up. Y'all be homies, y'all kick it together, and I know if y'all listen to this, at least this far in, when y'all hear this, y'all gonna know I'm talking about you. Y'all kick it together. Y'all both flip. Y'all selling to the same motherfuckers. Y'all have the same customers. Y'all are in competition with each other.
And our homies?
Yeah, and that's not how that...
That's not how the game goes.
No, it's not. It's not. So I need y'all to just get a job.
And the jail time is really not worth it, bro.
It's not.
It's really not.
Bro, I see so many free this person. I'm like, they shouldn't... First off, they shouldn't have got caught.
Yeah.
But also, they need to be in there to learn. They do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't wish that upon anyone, but like...
Right.
Sometimes you guys need to take that break and try to impress other people and just do what you got to do
to get where
to get where you want to go. Because I promise you, if you're in a clique, if there's 4 of y'all and all 4 of y'all sell weed and all 4 of y'all kick it together and all 4 of y'all post y'all weed, y'all are selling to the same fucking customers.
It's the same. And Quincy's not a big town. I'm assuming this is in Quincy, but just cut it out.
Yeah.
Or honestly, if you had the desire to do that, go the legal way. It's a long process, but...
And you get free weed when you work for them.
Yeah.
You get free weed if you work at a dispensary. They always want you to try shit.
I still ain't never been there. That's crazy.
I put up flyers in there. When I worked in Jacksonville at UPS, one of the guys worked at the dispensary in town. He'd be like, "Oh, I just got this. Does anybody want this?" And I was just like, "Bruh, you can't do that here."
UPS?
Yeah, he worked at the dispensary during the day, coming for the night shift. Like, yeah, look what they gave me to try. I'm like, bro, you cannot take that in the parking lot, please. Like, you can't bring that in the building. Like, are you crazy?
Fired, damn.
Nah, he was finna get fired. Fuck you mean? Like,
Facts.
But I don't know. There's just more to life, man.
Yeah, man.
I think so. I guess did you have one more thing?
I said what I said.
Okay.
Stop texting me.
The important part, leave me alone. But I guess just to wrap this up, man, sometimes you guys got to sit with things, not react emotionally. You really do have to like sit with it. Like sometimes it's in silence, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's by yourself, sometimes it's not, sometimes you got to, but like there's more to life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to be able to call it quits on things. We just had an episode where pretty much I have to stop for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Despite the fact I love it until it makes sense again.
Ain't no wrong with sitting in a dark room with some Mac Miller playing and reflecting on your life.
Even the brightest minds hang around the dark at times.
You did? Fire. I was fire.
Bro, that
was fire.
That's...
Well, that's a real shit, man. Like, look within yourself, reflect, and get after it, whatever it is.
Man, write your goals down, man. Right? If you want to travel to fucking Nashville, Tennessee, just cause...
Yeah. That's a fun place.
Write that shit down. Write it down. Right where you need to take with you down.
Shit, New Year's coming up. Resolutions.
Tape that shit on the wall so you see it every day. And lock in, bro. There's so much to this life. Hang it, man. Just, you gotta know when to quit, man. There's so many people in this world, bro. Me and my brother John, we was in Kansas City, bro. A mom and a daughter hitting on us, bro.
Hey,
and then we come back to Quincy and we got a Quincy. We're getting turned down by Quincy 8s for Kansas City 9s, bro. Come on, there's levels. You feel me? So it's like,
man,
there's people who ain't seen you before. That's gonna be like, damn. And then you got. So that's for the relationship. For my motherfuckers who hung up on sports, be a coach, be a ref. You know what I'm saying? If you
play 2K,
shit, you can go pro with 2K.
I'm just saying.
So
build yourself. Go to the league. You can do it, bro.
Yeah. So it just
and make money off of it. Be good at it.
I'm not trying to run into you and you get to talking about high school highlights no more. We 12 years out.
Damn.
So with the drugs, man, like I say that cautiously because I've seen people really get jammed up off of little things.
Yeah.
There's people still in jail. Weed is legal here and there's people still in jail for it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. So I need y'all to just come on. Look, I'm gonna end it with that. But y'all got to know when to get off that train. All right? You good?
There's a funny joke, but yes, I'm good.
With that said, I'm James.
I'm Marcellus.
And this was a kickback.
Stop selling weed on Snapchat. All right, I'm done.